I'm at SeaWorld San Antonio again for a Barracuda Strike weekly construction update, and oh my goodness, is it looking spicy. Welcome back to the Hennisphere. Take a look at this first drop. I am a little shocked. I kind of thought that this is what it was gonna be, but it looks crazier in person now that the track is actually there. This thing is diving very, very hard towards the lake and is gonna bank to the right and appear to come right up back on the land. I don't see any other footers next to that orange forklift there. So, wow, guys. I know some people in the comments last week were saying, oh, I don't think it's gonna drop all the way down. It's pretty much confirmed now. This thing is dropping the full distance. Could be 90 to 100 feet on that first drop. Incredible. Let's go get a closer look. This is just for Swizzy. The polar bears, aka the Coca-Cola bears, are back. They're over there too. We can see that the crane is holding onto a track piece right now. They are getting it bolted to one of those orange support columns. And we see that the little catwalk above the track spine has been installed at the very top of the lift. And I'm gonna call it right now. I think that this first drop is going to be more fun than Great White. Whether you're in the front row staring straight at the water, or you're in the back row getting whipped over the top. This features a straight drop. And when I say straight drop, I do not mean straight all the way down to the ground. I mean off the lift hill. It's not doing the pre-drop section, and it's also not banking left or right immediately after it disengages the chain lift. It is going right back down with no pause. So yeah, that back row is gonna be phenomenal on this first drop. And just looking at the supports, it kind of looks like it's gonna connect to this one, then this very, very small one, the next one in line, and then the next three. It looks like it's gonna rise back up over land and basically do a full helix. If I'm looking at this correctly, it looks like the highest point of the helix is gonna be right here at the edge of my finger, and then it's gonna come back to this support column right here, and then go underneath this support column. That's my guess. I also see a footer that does not have any supports on it. It is that one right there. I wonder, is this layout going to be 2 helixes and then go back to where the brake run is now? Because this is only 1,800 feet of track, and if we can kind of guess the first helix or first half of the ride, that's a really solid amount of that track length right there. We know that it is going to make its way over to this area right here. And I think that is where the teaser video showed a helix. I believe that's gonna be this area right here. But that's really all you have time to do with 1,800 feet before having to get back to the brake run. Either way though, there was a media night event, and I believe there was an ACE event as well during these last 10 days. And the representatives from SeaWorld who are hosting that allowed people to go into the construction site and sign one of the pieces of track. And they did say that a Barracuda is known as being a very agile predator in the water. It's very quick and whippy. So this ride appears to be more intense than people believe. And for a family coaster, man, I mean, this is up there with Verbolten. I mean, I have to draw the comparison because this drop along the water reminds me so much of Big Bad Wolf and Verbolten. And I love Verbolten so much. Never got to do Big Bad Wolf, but this will be probably the closest thing we've seen to that, even though this doesn't swing. Let's get even closer. From this angle, we can see that the fence has not had much at all done to it. The water level appears to be the same as in past weeks, and they do have a couple of more track pieces there ready to be put into place. I imagine they're gonna assemble this piece by piece as the layout normally goes, meaning they're gonna probably finish off the first drop and the bank to the right, and then the pieces that go a little higher in the air, following what I assume is that first helix. But let's get even closer. Over here, it doesn't look like much is happening until you see this green wall here with the cutouts. It looks like construction will be moving over here pretty soon, and they're going to install this green wall in a section of where the fence is now so that you can see into the construction site. Now this is probably your best shot of the whole video of this first drop. active construction going on. There's someone up in a blue man basket helping out. You can see just how many straps they have. They have some pulleys, it looks like, or come-alongs even on the end of this crane hook, trying to keep everything in place. They have a tagline attached as well. 2 taglines, it looks like. One of them goes all the way down to the ground. And yeah, these footers, not all of them have supports on them yet. I can see 3 right there. The coaster should be making its way up over here. There's another footer. And there's, again, you can see they've propped up that green wall. This is so fascinating. And I'm getting excited now. Now that I know that this first drop is legit, it's gonna go down right to the edge of the water. Cannot wait. They've got more orange support pieces down there as well. You can see one of the workers right there trying to line up the holes so that the bolts go in. I have never seen anything like this before. That's so cool. He's got his harness on. He's tethered properly. You see someone else in the man basket coming down. And they've got more lines holding some of the taller support pieces in place there. I don't recall this planter being here. Maybe I just missed it last time, but there's your view into the construction site. See a lot of wood. And here's your shot of both lift hills, Barracuda Strike and Steel Eel. Now I'm gonna try to do a comparison of the base of the lift hill over here versus the bottom of the first drop over here. It looks to me like the drop goes down further than this base here where the station is. It means that the drop could be greater than 90 feet. Okay, this is the best comparison shot. So you can see like right here, you've got the load unload station. As you pan over here, you can see that this is gonna get down to right there. So if you just like trace that, it's like, I don't know, probably a 10-foot drop from where the station is to where these supports are down here. Could be looking at a 100-foot drop, which is absolutely incredible. For reference, the drop officially, as I was trained to memorize it on Great White, was 81 feet. So I think we know this drop is going to be bigger than the first drop on Great White. I see a couple of construction workers over here, but there's not a ton of activity. They have poured concrete. You can see right there, there is a big wall of concrete that's been poured, but it's mostly dirt. Let's go look at this from another angle. Here's our favorite angle through the little window here. And we can see a lot of concrete has been poured. Look at that. So this is going directly with the track underneath that brake block section. Some black posts are sticking up out of the ground right there. So those have been poured. I am assuming those are brand new. They could have been holding up a Steel Eel sign, but I don't think so. We've also got conduit that is lying around right there. And it looks like the trench, for the most part from last week, has been filled in. So I think they've ran some different lines there. And on the lift, I'm trying to see if the chain has been installed. I cannot quite tell just yet. They have buckets there with something laying across the top. I'm not sure what that is. But over here, they have continued to move the dirt around. They've really smoothed out a lot of area. Way off to the left here, behind the blue genie lift, you can see a track piece. You can't see it on camera, but if I look, I can see the signatures on one end. That's where people were able to sign the piece of track. Here's a great shot of all of those signatures. I really can't make out any of them from here, unfortunately. Here's the view from the Steel Eel lockers. Again, not too much to see other than that track piece there. And more dirt has been moved around. I looked a little closer at the lift hill. The chain has not been installed yet, so hopefully that's coming soon. I want to give a special shout out to all of you who have subscribed over the last 4 weeks because the channel just hit 10,000 subscribers. I had no idea that was possible in this short amount of time. And I promised you guys I would be getting a tattoo. So here's a picture of me getting the tattoo. And here's a close-up picture of it. So the Hennisphere logo will live on forever. Antonio, I'm gonna be bringing you a weekly video about Barracuda Strike for the foreseeable future, hopefully all the way until it opens. And hope you enjoyed the Tormenta Rampaging Run train reveal. And don't forget, on Saturday, tomorrow, I will be posting a video again from Six Flags Over Texas for the Holiday in the Park media preview event. And the next day, on Sunday morning, I will be posting a video from Six Flags Fiesta Texas as part of my normal weekly routine, featuring the Holiday in the Park opening night media event. So much is happening. Again, thank you for the support. We're gonna hit 15,000 subscribers before we know it, and I'm gonna have to come up with something new to do. So here's my idea. If we hit 15,000 subscribers, I will try to get permission to film on-ride roller coaster POVs from Six Flags Fiesta Texas. How about that? Anyway, guys, there's a lot more coming up, including footage from Busch Gardens Tampa, SeaWorld Orlando, and 3 Universal Studios Orlando theme parks. If you learned nothing in today's video, just remember these 3 things. No good deed goes unpunished. Subscribe to me on YouTube. And when you're feeling stuck in life, like our friends at Morgan always say, push down, pull up. That was another day in the Hennisphere.